Sorry, Richard Rudd. Just asking you a wee chat. Fuck's sake. If I get into it, I get into it. If I don't, then I'm going home. Bumped into somebody, she seemed really sweet and nice. And then we just hung out for the whole evening, from like dinner till 1. Look who I bumped into.
Hi guys.
This series shares my personal experience joining groups that people call cults. Private individuals' names have been changed unless permission was given, and most episodes contain mature themes.
Good morning, afternoon. It's afternoon, I'm going to be honest. Very mid-afternoon actually. And I came back to my tent to change because it's fucking boiling. I'm feeling really good. My cold's cleared. I've seen some really good things. Like yesterday, instead of recording videos, I bumped into somebody. She seemed really sweet and nice. And then we just hung out for the whole evening, from like dinner till 1. And that was that. It was just a very nice time. No motives, no like, oh, romance, just chilling, having a nice time, conversations, laughing away. Very fun. Why not? Why not just do that? That's a nice time. And then this morning I went to see like a panel with Richard Rudd and Steiner. It was good. I didn't agree with most of it. It was a kind of like vibe of like, oh, what we need just now more than ever is like safety. And I'm like, as a fuck, pal, safety? You're having a fucking laugh. What we need is a fucking revolution. There ain't no safety in a fucking revolution. Just walked past Richard Rudd. She's been like, alright Richard, do you want to have a wee chat? You're like, who the fuck are you, pal? Who the fuck are you? Get out of my way, I'm going home. I've done my talking. Sorry Richard Rudd, just asking you a wee chat. Fuck's sake. Well, obviously I didn't do that, because I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to watch my friend Daniel do a talk. Daniel Pinchbeck. So that'll be fun. Maybe I'll record some of it. I was hoping to have more battery in my fucking camera. It's been quite tricky to get charged and keep my appliances charged, like you guys. Keep you all charged up, ready to go. So Daniel Pinchbeck is doing a talk on AI and consciousness, which is great because that's my wheelhouse. So I'd love to see that. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, maybe my highlight of the week. So that'll be fun.
That this life was it, that consciousness was completely an epiphenomenon of the brain, and so when we died, that was just extinguished. There would be no possibility of a continuation of a soul or a spirit, or and in a way it felt very nihilistic.
Very interesting session. A lot of it was to do with his books. I was hoping for maybe more like thoughts on consciousness and AI, which was the title of it. And there wasn't much of that. Kind of a lot of stuff about, like, particularly his influences, like Terence McKenna, Rudolf Steiner, and their theories and stuff like that, which is interesting. Like, I wasn't really looking for his influences and his backstory. I was more looking for his perspective, and he didn't give a lot of that. But it's like, I've read a lot of the authors, and I critique a lot of the authors he mentioned, so it's kind of not particularly, and it wasn't particularly interesting in that way. I didn't get to do a walk and talk with Daniel because he had like loads of groupies around him. Right, that's it for another day at medicine. Good morning. Went to bed about 9 o'clock. Met up with somebody else from ISTA before that. And now it's time to unpack or repack and get on my way. So I'm headed to Gwynn's Grove to see Robbie's something about the emerging man. So that's what I'm going to do. If I get into it, I get into it. If I don't, then I'm going home. I'm going to eat my breakfast and go home. That's my plan. I'm running slightly late and it is a workshop, so there's a high chance I might not get in. And that's okay too. Still very nice vibes. I went to bed early last night, as I said. Slept from fucking 9 o'clock till 5. I don't hear any masculine men, usually I hear them. I'm a man. I'm a man doing man things. Is this Gwynn's Grove? Yeah, that's Gwynn's Grove. There's lots of men out there. Oh, there's men galore. Men galore everywhere, a willy. Everywhere. Let's see if I manage to get into this, because there is a wee bit of a queue. Okay, I got here. I can hear Robbie's voice. And I can hear the dancing. But I'm not feeling it. So I'm gonna go. Bye, Robbie.
We're going to spend a few minutes moving around, shaking.
They're going to spend a few minutes moving
whatever
around.
you need to support you to be more present, more alive, bringing yourself here in this moment.
But it's not what I want to be, honestly, at this stage. I'm tired.
So you can make sound.
And I don't really want to be making sounds and doing all that. Yeah, look who I bumped into.
Hi guys, I'm April Aphrodite.
Oh, very nice to meet you, April. And how did we meet?
We met at ISTA.
Yeah, maybe tell me a little bit about your experience at ISTA.
ISTA was amazing. I found my inner baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've not
and
been.
like I'd locked away all this laughter and joy. So when I used to say like someone would even like tickle or touch my body, I'd find that I was like locked away in this like enjoyment. So now that I've realized like even like little sensations I can feel. And if you think about a baby when they laugh and you know like you can tickle them and they're just like giggling in so much joy, that just got unlocked inside. So now I feel like I'm more embodied and I've got this sense of inner love that now I can love like myself from all the ages. Because my baby seemed really happy.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't know any
But
better.
I've layered on too much of other stuff.
Yeah.
So when you layer on all the pain over it, it's like you've got to keep on disarmoring everything. And now I've got to like a really nice sense of peace.
From this place of joy, do you see yourself like doing more of this work? Are you like...
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think you can just keep on like finding more and more new sensations as well. Like I'm sure there's other ones out there that I've not been as in tune to.
Like your inner fairy?
My inner, let me think, my inner, it's more like I think I've got to let go of a bit of my inner survivor. I'm still in survival mode a lot. And then like more based around my root, because I like always feel like I need to have a home and I need to have safety. And whereas I know that there's a thing about having safety within myself and finding my inner home. So if that's all down with my root, then I've got to like just feel a bit more, yeah, that everything is okay and well. And I don't have that all, I can still go into my survival mode a lot. And then if I've got my own inner home and I feel, you know, connected to spirit and at one all the time, then it won't matter. It's like when you feel lonely and you think, well, I've got all this, you know, beautiful guides and beautiful beings around me. Why would I feel lonely when I can just call on them? But we forget because we want that human connection, whereas actually, if I just call on my light beings and everyone every day, remember to do it, because sometimes remembering, isn't it? Then I've always got friends, I've always got family. I don't need to rely on my like humanistic family that maybe causes a lot of, you know, triggers.
So what you're saying is we have everything inside us and we don't need the...
Yeah, we've got like, you know, crew around us to chat to all the time.
Yeah.
So just call upon them.
And so I guess my biggest question, and maybe it's something that I am keen to ask people who have done ISTA, because this can become very biased in terms of like, oh, this is Andy's experience, come join this cult, 10 out of 10, great experience. But what would you think, like, what if somebody was thinking to do ISTA, would you say it's suitable for everybody? Would you say, like, at what stage in your spiritual development would you advise ISTA?
I don't think it matters, because even like there was lots of people there who were kind of beginners in their journey and they still you know, we're able to do all the processing, because you're just dealing with the top layers then. This is it. It depends how far and deep you want to go, but they really hold the space for everyone, and they're always saying, like, we're here if you need support. So as long as you've got support, it doesn't matter where you are on your journey. They'll hold you in whatever place you are at that time. And you make it, do you know what it is? It depends how much. It's like when you go for healing and I used to go for a lot of healing, and they'd be like, you just need to let this go. And I'd be like, what do you mean I need to let it go? I'm here to be healed. And then when I did healing myself with clients, I'm like, oh, you're not letting this go. Because you can't just, no one can take what you're not ready to let go of. So if you come, do you know, ready to let go of this much, that will go. If you come with this much, then that can shift.
I think I think some of the rituals personally, I think are quite intense and require a lot of require a maturity. Like for example, the one we did, or the two ones, the sacred spot, requires a lot of loving presence. And for me, I'm very lucky that I've practiced that a lot, right? Like being able to be in situations where I've been able to be loving and present, and just like either in a massage or just in a tantra class or something like that. And so for me, that switch was already there. Like I know how to be loving and present, right? And I think like 3 years ago, I think I might have struggled to understand that, because it's so quick and it's so into like very, very kind of edgy stuff that makes me like think, like, could I have like been able to reconcile like the exercise we were doing, which is all about loving presence and boundaries and really knowing what your boundaries are, with something that's like actually quite beautiful and not sensual or sexual, but something that is just about really maintaining that throughout the entire exercise. Could I have done that 3 years ago without being very, like, without having to take a big leap? I'd have been like, all right guys, I'm out here.
Oh really?
Super.
No, I think the soul's ready for people to just shift up.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
just come on, get everyone in.
Wow.
Everyone's raising their vibration so much anyway. Just go for it, just go in.
Like basically immediately I feel like the public's ready to call it a cult, to call it like satanistic, call it whatever, just to be like, right, you need to stay away from this.
Yeah.
So it's just like, like I'm just curious as to like that normally happens when people go to something and they're not ready for it, and then they're just like, oh, you made me do this, oh, they made me do this. Well, no,
then they'll learn along their path though at one point to take responsibility for themselves.
Exactly.
And then they'll forgive ISTA, and then they'll go, why did I write all that stuff? Why did that happen? Let me just forgive them, take responsibility for my own journey, see that we create our own reality, and then they'll probably write them an apology letter.
It'll happen exactly like that.
Sorry about that. Because they'll meet, you know, we do have to take responsibility.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Thank you. I really liked your perception there, or your perspective. Thank you.
And if not, you can just go and learn how to take nice deep breaths.
Deep breath.
By the end of it, you know. That's all people take away, then that's what they were meant to take away.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm done. Me and this festival, at least for another 2 years. Done. What a wonderful, wonderful festival it was. And yeah, cannot complain whatsoever. But it's time to go home. For sure. I love you. Goodbye.